Good morning, everyone. A good Tavach. Shavua Tov. We are continuing here in the words of the Beis Halevi in the Maimah Bitachon, and he's explaining how a person has to set these eternal truths inside of their heart, that the only one that we can turn to for help is the Rabbi Shalom. And he writes, Ukfar Mavaya B'Sefer Nefesh HaChaim. It's already been explained in the very famous work Nefesh HaChaim, written by Rav Chaim Volozhiner, the main disciple of the Vilna Gaon, one of the masterpieces, the hallmark works in Yiddishkeit of what it means to be a Jew. He writes the following words: Hashem roya odem es atzma b'tzar. If a person, or when a person finds themselves in tsar, in some kind of distress, chalila, God forbid, yizbainin be'achdus habayrei, they should be mizbainin, they should contemplate and look into the achdus, the unity of habayrei, the creator of the universe, Hashem. Asher Ain Od Milvado. There is nothing else in this world besides Hashem. There is no God besides Hashem. There is no world besides the world that HaKadosh Baruch Hu made. There's nothing that's happening in my life except that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has willed it to be. Whatever is happening in the world, whatever is going on in my personal life, whatever is happening in my family, whatever is going on with my health, my parnasa, children, and the like, it's all directly coming from the Rabbi Shalom. And when a person realizes that Ain Od Milvado, there's nothing else besides Hashem, V'oz mimela yistalku mimenu kol adinim v'akitrugim, automatically, says the Nefesh HaChaim, all of the heavenly judgments and the accusations that are against this person, which is causing the tsar, causing the distress, they are going to be removed, and the person will know no harm anymore. Like it says in the verse, Ani asisi, I have done, I made you, va'ani esa, I will bear you, va'ani esbol, I will carry you, I'll bear your burden, va'amalet, and I will rescue, says HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Says the Beis Halevi, quoting the famous words of Rav Chaim Volozhiner, and that is that if a person will be able to focus in all their energies on this one idea, Ain Od Milvado, there's nothing else besides the Rabbi Shalom. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is everything. He does everything. He's everywhere all of the time. And therefore, the world itself is just sitting, so to speak, in the Rabbi Shalom. It doesn't have an entity, an existence of its own. It only exists because HaKadosh Baruch Hu brings it. All that's taking place in my life is only happening because HaKadosh Baruch Hu has brought it. And the more that I recognize and I realize that it's Hashem, the more that I realize Ain Od, there's nothing else besides the Rabbi Shalom. So then a person is going to be zeiche to this siyanta d'shemai, this tremendous heavenly assistance that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to remove the difficulty that a person will find themselves in. There's a famous Maisa with the Brisker Rav, who the Brisker Rav is the father of the Beis Halevi, and the Brisker Rav and his children were once fleeing from the Russians during the war, and they didn't have the proper papers to get from one border to the other border. So what do? How are you going to escape? So the Brisker Rav told all of his children, let us focus on the words Ain Od Milvado, Ain Od Milvado, and if we'll do that, so then HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to take care of us. And sure enough, they kept going everywhere that they went, and they kept thinking Ain Od Milvado, and they walked from one crossing of the border to another, over and over and over again. They were safe until at one point, the Brisker Rav, as they were walking through the border, suddenly he saw one of the soldiers coming over, and the soldiers started asking them for their papers and started getting angry with them. And suddenly the Brisker Rav realized that he stopped thinking about Ain Od Milvado for a moment. He quickly grabbed his thoughts, got into the world of Ain Od Milvado, and the officer walked away, and they went into freedom. Now, what was the Brisker Rav thinking about during that time? He certainly wasn't thinking about the score of the ball game. He wasn't thinking about what he's going to eat for dinner. probably got stuck on a Rambam that he was in the midst of learning, and his mind started plumbing into the depths of Torah. But he took his mind off of Ain Od Milvado, and as a result of that, he said he lost the schos, he lost the siyata d'shemaya. Bring it back, and the siyata d'shemaya comes once again, the protection from Hashem. We have more that we have to speak about this because it's a big concept. It's a very beautiful idea that we could apply to our own lives in whatever small or large ways that we can. In the meantime, if a person needs anything, they're going through any tzaros or the like, there's nothing else besides Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch is the source of everything. And when a person lives like that, that means that they will be able to weather all of the storms that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends their way. Have a wonderful day.